Welcome, kings and queens, to Timeless Chat. This is your girl Tamika back again with another video. You know, we on this platform we talk about things that happen in everyday life, things that happen in our life that we want to uplift ourselves on, and things that happen throughout our day. All the time, your fear is you always want to please people because you don't want them to not talk to you or talk bad about you or look down on you like you couldn't do anything for them, or make you feel lower than who you are as a person. So a people pleaser is like always constantly trying to do the right thing by saying yes all the time. Well, that's not really the so sometimes a person that is a people pleaser, sometimes we tend to say yes when we really wanted to say no, and we feel guilty about it inside, but we don't share it. But we really didn't want to say yes, but we say yes anyway because that's our nature, to keep saying yes. And you have people out there that take advantage of people like that. Say, I'm telling because they know that they're gonna always say yes, so they will always go where you want to go. They always want to do the same thing that you want to do because they constantly say yes. So you have friends out there and partners out there that will love a person like that because they are a yes person. It's like whatever you say, oh, we going to dinner today. Oh yes, yeah, we can go out. But really and truly, you really didn't want to go out. You really wanted to stay home, but you said yes. And some of us take advantage of people like that, that always agreeable all the time. So we want those type of people around us, but at what cost? What is the purpose of having somebody saying yes to you all the time, and you're taking advantage of that person, but in your eyes it's just that they're a yes person, they're a very nice person, but really and truly you're taking advantage, and you're taking advantage, but you just continue doing it even though it's wrong. He's saying yes, and then that person stops seeing you on their level because they're here, and this is where you guys seem like you started, but then this person start being here because you're saying yes to everything that they're saying, till you're not thinking on your own. You're like just saying yes to whatever they want, but really and truly you're not having a mindset on your own and how you feel. You're not expressing what you want or what you want to do or how you feel about the situation. You're just saying yes to convenient, and because of that you just blend into whatever environment you're in. You constantly just blend in with everything. Like you go into a party but you don't really want to be there, but you blend in anyway because that's the right thing to, that's what you think you should do. And it's like for instance, a animal like a chameleon that blends into whatever people are doing. You're constantly changing colors because that's what a yes person would do. And it make it difficult for you to express yourself at times, even when you're very upset. It's like it's so hard for you to express yourself. You just go ahead and do whatever they want because it's more easier to say yes than to tell a person no, and then you feel guilty because you're such a kind-hearted person and you're willing to do stuff and you mean well all the time. People tend to take advantage of that, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's your aunt, your uncle. Sometimes people are very cold and they realize that you're a yes person, and they realize that you always constantly say yes because you're a kind-hearted person. And because of that, you always try to please people, but those people sometimes take advantage of your kindness for weakness because they realize they can run over you, and they will get away with it because you will get upset and then you just go back to pleasing them anyway. And as a person, whether you kind-hearted or not, you need to set boundary, because if you don't set boundaries, people, that fear that you have inside of you will overwhelm you, and people will take advantage of that, and sometimes it can make you feel very depressed and you don't even know where that depression is coming from because you are a kind person, you're a sweetheart, but at the same time there are cruel people in the world and they don't see the good out there. So they take advantage of the people that are so open-minded and kind and trying to be a people person and always saying yes all the time because they want to make everybody feel happy. But people take advantage of, and there are times when you have to make people realize that enough is enough, and put boundaries there, because they're gonna still try to walk over you even though you said stop. They're gonna run, take them time and go around that stop. So you have to make sure that you're being stern and being confident in yourself. Listen, I said stop. Enough is enough. I am not making you walk over me anymore. You have to constantly push and make sure that your message is being heard. And one of the things I noticed, if you don't have boundaries, say you have a friend and they constantly want you to drop them somewhere, or they constantly want you to pick them up somewhere, and you know you have things to do, but you constantly saying yes, and because of that, even though they know you maybe be busy, and you maybe even say it like, I can't come today because I have, I'm kind of busy because I have to pick up Suzanne tomorrow, and you like, I want to get some rest. Oh, they're gonna, like, they find ways to convince you to come out the house, to pick them up from their party that they were at, to bring them home. So they try to convince you in ways that is not fair to you, and it's very selfish on their part, but they're not seeing that. They only seeing that they know that you're a yes person, and they know how to convince you to do what they want. You will drive them all over the place even though you know you're tired, or you would get up and do whatever they ask you to do even though you know you are exhausted and you had a long day. They don't care, because as I said, they're being selfish, and they're not thinking about your feelings and what you need and what your values are. As time go by and you start to set your boundaries, and you're gonna see the group of people that you have separate. You're gonna separate your positive people that's there to motivate you and be there for you through thick and thin, and then you're gonna see the people that really using you and abusing your kindness for weakness. So you're gonna see the two separate, and you're gonna be like, wow. It's gonna be amazing to see that you have all these people, they pretended to be your friends and be close to you, but it's really that they were just using you. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, they were just using that kindness that you have to manipulate your mind, your mindset, to get what they wanted out of you. And this happened in every community. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. It happened to a lot of females. It happens to male too, but mostly females. So be mindful, and it's okay to say no. It's okay to say I cannot do it. It's okay to let people know that I have to deal with me first, and I can't do something that you want. And not only that, people who take advantage of you, you not only separate them from the positive people to the negative people, but you're gonna realize that their attitude, their mood, their swag, everything about them change. Like they start talking to you dirty, like they're not seeing you the same happy, light, go lucky girl anymore. They're looking down at you like you wasn't there for them when they needed help. You wasn't there to help them move from point A to point Z. So don't worry about stuff like that. Just make sure that you're standing your ground and you're uplifting yourself out of that toxic way of just saying yes all the time and putting your self-worth to the side for everybody else. It's okay to say no and not feel guilty about it. It's okay to say no, because sometimes you just can't do something or you can't make it. And don't worry too much about what other people feel, or you feel like you can't do for them, so you feel guilty within yourself. That is not your fault. You have things to do, and you couldn't make that extra effort to do something else for somebody else, because You have to take care of you first. You have to take care of what's important, you. And I really know that there is a lot of people out there that try to guilt people into doing things for them, like make you feel so guilty that you're like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe I did this to Suzanne. But really it's just the manipulation that they're doing. So don't make people manipulate your mind to think that, oh, you didn't make it to my sweet 16, or you didn't come to my event that I have, and make you feel so guilty about it that you feel so embarrassed that you run out and go buy them a birthday gift, or you run out and go buy them something when you know you don't really have that money or the funds to even spend, because you know your rent is coming up and your car payment. Don't try to be a yes person to every little thing, because you're going to cost yourself so much, and it's going to be hard for you to replace that. And how would you overcome something like this? Stop being so quick to say yes. Stop being so quick to, how would you overcome something like this? Stop being so quick to say yes, and stop making people make you feel guilty to do stuff for them, because sometimes it can be hard to not be a people pleaser. Very hard. It's going to take time. You have to take baby steps to drag drastically pull yourself out of that situation. It's not gonna be something you can just run. You have to take your time and pull yourself out, and always in the back of your mind making sure that you're knowing who is really there for you as a person, as someone that care about you as an individual, and not someone who's there because they know you're a yes person and they're taking advantage of that. And they know, whether it's a relationship or a friendship, as I said, and they know that you're like that. So the situation will, you can heal from it, but at the same time you have to be taking time. You have to make sure that you're being aware that people are doing that to you. And sometimes people pleasers are aware that people are taking advantage of them, and sometimes they will let them do it for a certain time and then they stop them. But that's not good either. You need to stop them right away, because then they will constantly do it, and then it'll be a stress on your body and making you feel some type of way. And then if something happened, you feel guilty, and the first thing you're going to do is run out and buy somebody a gift. That's not the way to go. And make sure you know that you taking steps to clean up your life and get back control of who you are as an individual, and knowing your worth and what you are meaning. It's okay to be kind, but you don't have to be a people pleaser. You don't have to. Use what you have and make the best of it. You don't have to worry about everything, because that's not your job to worry about everyone on this planet, or worry about everything, little things that your family and friends or your partner want. Try to make sure that you're being kind, but at the same time you know when it's time for you to say no. You know when it's time for you to step back. Sure, please, that you guys are practicing how to say no. Not say no in like a disrespectful way where you're gonna hurt somebody's feelings to the point that they don't want to talk to you forever, but to say no respectfully, that they understand that, oh, they crossing lines and they need to back up. That's what kind of no I mean. Because sometimes you have to draw that brakes. You can't keep going all the time. You got to pull that brakes and say, sister, back up. So yes, say it in a nice way, in a respectful way, that you know you're still being respectful to the person, and you're not disrespecting them or calling them out of content by saying no, I'm no, like with an attitude. But make sure you're saying no, I can't do it, but thanks for considering me, but I really not gonna be able to. That's say it in a respectful way. Use this method too. Like if someone asks you about something and they want you to do something for them, instead of telling them, give them an answer right away, like, oh yeah, you have to rush to give them the answer. Just say, I'm gonna call you back and let you know what I think, or what I can do, or if I can do it. I'll let you know in like a 2 days or in a few hours. And then you get the confidence in yourself to say no. And make sure you organize your time very well. Make sure you make a schedule if you need to organize your time very well, so that way if you love to do movie time, if you love to do story time, if you love to sit down and hang out with your little kids on the floor at this time, make sure you try to keep yourself busy, so that way it's not really busy, but keep yourself occupied with positive things in your life instead of worrying about everything about everybody else. Oh, I miss Susan's birthday. Oh, I need to go buy her a gift. Oh, I miss Tamara's birthday. Oh, again. If you don't have it, don't go out of your way and buy them a gift. Why don't you buy them a card or something else? But because you want to please everybody, you want them to be happy, you don't want nobody looking at you bad, you try to go out above and beyond for everybody. But it's not necessary, because your real friends, it could be you just picking up the phone and say, I'm sorry I missed your birthday, but I'm making it a happy belated birthday. And they will be okay with that. The fact that you remembered and you reached out to them. So sometimes you just have to relax, take a deep breath, make a schedule for yourself, and try to see how you can uplift yourself in different ways. So as I said, make sure you're being mindful of being too nice. Just try to live the best life you can live for you first, and make sure you're being mindful of being a people pleaser all the time. So if you like this video, you know what to do. Subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up and turn your notification on. And have a wonderful day. Remember, have a wonderful day, and remember to uplift yourself each and every day, because we are a community of love.